young, and also someone this young to be this good already, it's absolutely fantastic to see.
Well, fighting at Channel 7, you know, not many foreigners, only a handful. I think it's only about 10 foreigners have ever competed at Channel 7, so that's an achievement in itself. So here we have Yod Chanasuk in the southpaw position here for round one, starting out now. We're scheduled for 5.
All right, round number 1 underway. In the red corner, Yod Chanasuk takes on Elijah in the blue corner. Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. One thing about Elijah is he does like to stop the fights early. The last time we saw him fight, he finished it within, I believe, the first 2 rounds of an elbow knockout. Will he go for the same thing here? It looks like it's a little bit more calm right now. He is the longer fighter, Joe, as well. And, you know, he's quite tall for his weight category as well. Let's see how he uses that to his advantage. And a beautiful head kick to start the action.
And, of course, Yod Chanasuk coming off a win of his own recently with a knockout win at the Air Force Stadium as he's just been taken to the ground.
Big right
by
hand.
Big right hand. It's just an 8 count so far, but I think Elijah's going in for the kill already. Oh! And it's 1 apiece now for the 8 counts.
Wow. We said Elijah likes to finish it. He doesn't feel like he's rocked, but I also think he's got to just take the count and get back in. What an exciting start to this event, Joe.
What a way to start the afternoon. 1 apiece for the 8 counts.
Elijah now going for it. Usually the first 2 rounds are a feeling out process, but these 2 gentlemen are just trying to put each other away. Already in a chopping elbow.
I mean, could there be a glitch in the matrix here? Both these fighters coming off knockout wins and both dropping each other for 8 counts in the first round. This is nearly unheard of.
Elijah, 14 years of age. Yod Chanasuk, 15 years of age. Wow, what a start to this event. Less than a minute to go of round number 1, scheduled for 5. Will it go that long?
And, you know, I think Elijah really needs to close the distance here and make sure he keeps that right hand up. Beware of that left elbow of Yod Chanasuk that take him down before. And stay on the outside of that lead leg too.
The power of that right hand by Elijah is unmatched, but he keeps walking into Yod Chanasuk's elbow as soon as he charges in with that right hand, almost like using the elbow as barbed wire every time Elijah tries to power in with a right hand.
He's got to be careful he doesn't overcommit to those leg kicks there as well. Every time he tends to throw that leg kick, he overcommits and then loses his balance. So, you know, just flick it out there. He doesn't need to throw everything behind it. So here we are, just the clinch breaking up. That is the end of the first round. And what a first opening round it was, Jimothy.
Absolutely.
And Mr. Yod Chanasuk at the Air Force Stadium there against Nuratian. So here we are, back for action. Second round.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the second round. In the red corner, we do have Yod Chanasuk taking on Elijah in the blue corner. So far, I think it's an even round. I mean, both have been down, and it's a classic matchup. We have a southpaw against an orthodox. I'd like to see Elijah start stepping to his left now to throw that right hand, and a beautiful sweep by Yod Chanasuk.
And make sure you stay for the next bout. Pepichai taking on Pet Samson at 119 pounds.
Elijah attempts that right to the body, but Yod Chanasuk reads it well with a teep to the body. Elijah trying to get to his left to send that right hand down, which is one of the best moves you can use against a southpaw.
Also hacking in that front leg, taking out the forward power and taking out the stability from Yod Chanasuk is the strategy that you want to go for as well. Get outside of the kicking range. Don't let him throw off that left kick up onto the arms. Stay on the outside. Take out the front leg.
The fighters now in the center of the ring, exchanging kicks. Elijah now closing the distance, marching forward to Yod Chanasuk, and he lands a big right hand. And instead of resetting it, they get involved into a clinch. Very nicely done by both of these fighters. Back into central ring.
Beautiful display of balance by here from Yod Chanasuk. The kicks to teeps, you know, just whipping it up and teeping away. Beautiful work there from the young Jord Chanasuk in the red shorts.
It looks like Elijah's almost rushing in now. I know he's had the knockdown, and obviously you get a lot of confidence, but I think he's got to be very careful. Jord Chanasuk is very sharp with those elbows, but as we say, Elijah starts marching him towards the ropes and get him on the back foot.
However, that's pretty typical of FA Group stylists. It's a gym that's well known for its clinch ability, and clinchers, what they'll tend to do, Jimmy, is they'll tend to march forward and try and break down the striking distance to grab onto their opponents and just knee them down and elbow them down to victory.
And as you said it, Joe, we see the knees getting sent to the solar plexus by Elijah. So it looks like Elijah, even if he misses a shot, he gets involved in the clinch, but he eats a big left hand as well.
And there's already a bit of a wear and tear on the front leg of Jord Chanasuk there. You can see him starting to buckle from those outside leg kicks from Mr. Elijah Hinsman, taking him into the pocket. And I could see it could only be a matter of time until perhaps he wears that front leg down, and that is the end of the second round. So make sure you stay for the third, fourth, and fifth. We'll be back in just a moment. But Elijah Hinsman really pushing the pace in that last round as well. So will we see a return to the bulldozing method of Elijah, trying to really just push forward and grind down on the mouth guard, lock on and knee his way through?
Interestingly, Joe, we've gone from replays straight into the action, and it already looked like an action replay with the way these boys are fighting. We've just seen Jord Chanasuk slam Elijah to the canvas. An exciting fight so far. We're in round number 3. In the red corner, Jord Chanasuk, and in the blue corner, Elijah.
And I think that's a great strategy that Elijah's employing now, is going back to that leg kick. You know, we could see in the last round it was starting to buckle Jord Chanasuk a bit. So I'd like to see him go back to that and then enter the clinch and grind him down with the knees.
Both fighters in the center of the ring. A nice low kick by Elijah as he blocks the body kick and marches forward. Elijah now closing the distance. Jord Chanasuk looks very much in control of the action so far, and he takes the leg of Jord Chanasuk.
Jord Chanasuk going back to the southpaw kicks and working so effectively, scoring so well into the midsection there, just countering any forward pressure there by Elijah.
Jord Chanasuk doing a very good job with those counters, Joe, like you mentioned, very comfortable on the back foot. I think he's handling Elijah's front method very, very well, staying very calm, back foot fighting, very nicely done by Jord Chanasuk.
I mean, if I was in Elijah's corner, I'd be telling him to move to the outside, move to the left, and then take out that front leg. It was working for him before. I don't know why he's not going back to it. Sometimes you can't always just rely on your style, you know, the forward Muay Khao pressure. You know, you have to change up the game plan a little bit, especially when somebody can mitigate your style so perfectly.
Very good point. It's like rock, paper, scissors. You've got to find what works against your opponent and not just stick to your own method. Both fighters again in the center of the ring. Less than a minute to go of round number 3, and it's been an action-packed fight so far. Thank you everyone for watching us around the world as Elijah attempts a big right hand.
And make sure you check us out on the Siam Boxing YouTube page, the SKS Empire Facebook and Instagram.
Who have you got winning at home? Let us know. Not long to go of round number 3 as Elijah marches towards the ropes, and Jord Chanasuk dodges and fires back with a kick of his own and teeps Elijah across the ring. That is the end of round number 3. We're going into a 4th. Who thought it would go that far after that first round, Joe?
The deal with a forward Muay Khao fighter sitting on the back foot and just kick all day. You want to draw them into that power side, which he does so well as a southpaw as well. But you can see here Elijah might have got a bit of a talking to and might have been listening to the commentary. I was saying the best way to deal with somebody like this is pepper that front leg. And you could already see in the second round that the front leg of Jord Chanasuk was starting to buckle a bit, and there's a fair bit of reddening on the outside of his hamstring. So why not go back to that? Sit on the backside, on the outside of his lead leg, and just pepper it all day.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, we are already into the 4th round. Yodchan Sanuk in the red takes on Elijah in the blue. Elijah catching the kick there, but does not get the sweep on Yodchan Sanuk. And Elijah now starting to use a little bit more lateral movement, not just going forward in a straight line, going on the angles, and a big right hand upstairs by Elijah.
And he also needs to skip in a bit more. I think, pick up the pace, rush him. Don't just stay at the same walking pace. Skip in and apply that constant pressure, but fasten it up a bit. You can't always just go at the same speed. Oh! Beautiful knee block there by Yodchan Sanuk.
Yodchan Sanuk looks like he's starting to tire, but I think he's just on the back foot now, just biding his time, maybe waiting for that 5th round as well. Elijah constantly moving forward, being in his personal space, and a right hand downstairs. And a teep as well, a side teep by Yodchan Sanuk. Beautifully done by Yodchan Sanuk, just to show everybody how to deal with somebody who's constantly in your personal space.
That's right, you've got to explode in and out as he takes the back of Elijah. It doesn't necessarily score, but it's one of those second criteria that do play on the judge's mind. Positioning and framing inside the clinch does play a big part in this sport. Right now, inside the clinch, as Yodchan Sanuk pushes out, a very smart strategy from the red corner, and beautiful knee blocks as he leaps in to mitigate any forward pressure there by Elijah Hinsman.
We are less than 30 seconds to go of round number 4. It's gone a lot longer than a 4, and a big right hand attempted again by Elijah. I'd like to see Elijah start feinting that right hand instead, because right now Yodchan Sanuk has just read that right hand perfectly and is not getting hit with it at all. In the first round he got hit with it several times. Now he hasn't been hit with it since then. I'd like to see Elijah change it up or something here.
Needs to go back to the leg kicks, because you could see Yodchan Sanuk was avoiding it from some of those matrix-like lean-backs. So that is the end of round 4. Oh, a beautiful lean-back cross kick there as well. Here we are for the 5th and final round of our first bout of the afternoon.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us so far. We have had an action-packed fight. In the red corner, Yodchan Sanuk takes on Elijah in the blue corner. 3 minutes to go of this fight. I've got Yodchan Sanuk up on my unofficial scorecards. What about you, Joe?
I would agree with that. He's doing such a beautiful job of being able to mitigate the forward pressure, really nullify that grinding and resilient forward pressure from Elijah. Although Elijah might have just smelled a little bit of weakness there.
Elijah caught him with that right hand we were talking about that hasn't been landing clean, and he caught him. But Yodchan Sanuk, I think, is smart enough to evade the damage. Both fighters in a clinch, and a beautiful sweep by Yodchan Sanuk, and he lands on top of him.
And a great job of landing on top of us as well in that last exchange, sitting on that back foot. And a great framing by Yodchan Sanuk as he pushes off with both lead hands. Great job there.
Elijah goes back to the low kicks, but I think he needs to get desperate here and attempt something spectacular to win this fight. He's digging down to the body with the right hand, maybe trying to set that right hand upstairs. We know Elijah has a lot of power on his right side. Is it enough to finish this fight? 1 minute 30 to go. Can Elijah do something here?
I think he's going to have to pull something out of the magic hat. A Hail Mary, perhaps.
Elijah now pushing Yod towards the back of the ropes, but Yodchan Sanuk is just very comfortable on the back foot. This entire fight just mitigating the onward slow of Elijah. Beautifully done. Elijah just needs to go for it now. We've got a minute to go of the 5th and final round.
And this is a great learning experience for the young American fighter. He's been taking on grown men nearly twice his age, and he's put some to sleep. But this is a great learning experience for Elijah on, just dealing with somebody who sits on the back foot.
He's boxing beautifully as well. Elijah's a fantastic boxer. Yodchan Sanuk is a fantastic boxer. It's been a great war. I just think Yodchan Sanuk has just been that little bit better at dealing with it. And it's just a stylistic fight. where Jord Chanasuk style is just a lot better than Elijah in that moment. And that is the end of the fight. We're going to go to the judges' scorecards.
And I think Jord Chanasuk just did so well to nullify a lot of that forward grinding Muay Khao pressure.
I agree with you. We're going to go to the scorecards in just a moment. And there it is, the official announcement. Jord Chanasuk has won. And all credit to Elijah as well. He fought absolutely fantastically. Both very young and